You're listening to Satellite Sisters.
What's a satellite sister?
The person you call when the best thing in your life happens or the worst.
The person that gets you up, gets you going, and gets you through.
And every once in a while, changes your mind.
This podcast is part pep talk, part weekly check-in.
Like grabbing coffee with a friend.
Thanks for being here. Welcome to the Satellite Sisterhood.
You're listening to Satellite Sisters. Thanks for being with us today. I'm Leanne Dolan in Pasadena, California. I'm a writer, I'm a producer. And today I want to know, Liz, Julie, are you feeling lucky? Do you consider yourself a lucky person? Liz, Joel?
Well, this is Liz. I'm in Santa Monica. I'm the middle sister. I do consider myself a lucky person, Leanne, but I think partly it's because I just try to ignore bad things that happen to me. It's more, that's my strategy. And so denial has gotten me this far and I'm feeling lucky. How about you, Julie?
Hey, this is Julie Dolan. I'm the oldest sister and I live in Dallas, Texas. And I'm here because of the grace of God, for sure. But I am a believer in luck, sisters. And that's why I enter the HGTV Dream Home Contest every year and plan our family reunion in the dream home. Because when I win it, this year, we're all going to be in Warren, Vermont, enjoying that home. Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. I'm looking forward to that now, Julie. Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to talk about luck a little bit later. Well, actually, right after I forward promote the show, because I saw a really interesting headline in the Washington Post about luck. Is luck real and can you change your luck? And I thought, the beginning of the year is a good time to sort of reassess that. Plus, our mom, Edna Dolan, had a theory on luck. So we're going to talk about that. Also coming up today, Liz, travel. We're talking travel today. Well, that's wishful thinking.
Exactly. That's where it's a fantasy travel segment, Liam. Things to dream about. Sure.
All right, Julie, you're taking us international.
Yes, we're going to do some international news. Well, it's more my comments about news. Okay. So pay attention.
Okay. And you've got trends. So
we got fashion. This is 2022 fashion, 3 big trends. You have to get involved with these. Yes.
Okay. All right. And then Liz, some exciting cooking with Liz news. I mean, it just doesn't stop.
I know.
You're quite a content factory.
Content factory. Well, I'm ready to go. But speaking of feeling lucky, Leanne, on Saturday morning, I woke up to a tsunami warning. So feeling not so lucky. People may know from the news that because of that big volcano blowout in Tonga, the whole west coast of the United States woke up this past Saturday morning to various tsunami alerts, tsunami warnings. There were different grades. I didn't actually get like a loud alert on my phone, but it was everything in Twitter, all the doom Twitter feeds you follow for COVID news all had tsunami news. So do not go out there. Do not go to the beach. And I've been planning to go to the beach, so I bailed on that. But you just try to follow instructions when it's something like giant natural disasters. Then Monday, I opened the paper, the LA Times, and see the headline: surfers, anglers, and others rescued after ignoring tsunami warnings. Come on, people. What again, our poor first responders, they're not working hard enough that now you're making them go out in the potential tsunami to rescue you. So here are just a few of the details. At one popular beach in San Francisco, rescue swimmers braved churning waves and strong currents on Saturday afternoon to save 2 surfers who had challenged nature to a duel and lost. This is members of the San Francisco Fire Department. They saw a surfer like 300 yards off the coast, waving his hands and calling for help. Yeah, it's sort of the classic move. So they had to go out and get him, but the conditions were so bad that they decided they couldn't even bring him back to the beach. They took him out to another sailboat and took him around. This is just unnecessary for lifeguards to have to put themselves at risk to save the dopes that go in the water during a tsunami warning. And then there was another surfer at Ocean Beach. Anyway, please, there aren't that many times where they're going to ask you to stay out of the water because of a tsunami.
Right.
Can we just pay attention? Don't you think?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
As a former lifeguard, I mean, I was a beach lifeguard in Florida. Maybe people don't know that, but in college and off the coast of Jacksonville, and we had, lightning storms almost every afternoon. I had to clear the beach because that's how it rolls in that part of the world, because it's bad to be out in the water when it's lightning.
Yeah.
And always the people that wouldn't come out of the water were the surfers. And at some point I'm like, well, I'm going to get off this beach because I don't want to get killed because you're an idiot,
That is really some excellent first responding.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
I did not make a career in life.
No, I see you've made a really wise choice not to go into that as a career. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
But yes, it's
All right.
like anything. It's like hurricane parties. You just,
Right.
people, we got to listen to our experts there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Well, all right. I'm glad you're safe, Liz. I'm glad you listened, and I'm glad.
Yeah. And
how's
Liam,
the
I
rest-
think that's known as making your own bad luck, going in the water during a tsunami, right?
Thank you. Yeah, let's talk about luck a little bit. So our mom, Edna Dolan, famously drilled into us. One of her favorite phrases was, "You make your own good luck." Right? Whenever someone said, "Oh, that was lucky," she would always say, "You make your own good luck." And she would use it to describe, her own children, like Liz, your career, when you moved from job to job very quickly in your 20s, your mom would always say, "Well, Liz makes her own good luck. It's not just lucky, she makes her own good luck." So I sort of internalized that theory. So when I asked you guys if you felt like you were lucky people, I don't think I'm a lucky person. I don't feel like I have some sort of extra shot of luck. I do feel like there are times when I've been lucky to do the things I do, but I've made that good luck. I've worked hard, but I don't feel unnaturally lucky. But you know what? A lot of people do. There's about 14% of the population, according to a study in the UK, that feel like they were born lucky. And
Really? That seems like a lot of people. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there, on the other end of the scale, there's about 8% of the population in that same study in the UK that feels like they were born unlucky. All right. So we're going to take a little deep dive look at luck because, sort of what is it, right? It's interesting to me that almost every civilization for thousands and thousands of years has had the concept of good luck and bad luck sort of built into their rituals or their religion or their superstitions.
That's interesting. I never thought about that. Yeah. Right.
Right. It's not new. It's part of the human condition. And for thousands of years, societies have been trying to figure out how to get more good luck or how to get rid of the bad luck. Right. So what is luck? Well, luck can be defined as three things: chance, a supernatural force, or something you're born with. All right. What do you guys think it is? Something you're born with? Supernatural
I think it's
force?
mainly chance.
Chance.
Yeah, chance or a supernatural. One or two. Not what you're born with. Right?
I guess it's something you're born with in the sense that we were like born into a good family with caring parents and all of those things, born into a good life.
Liz, that is like one X factor that all these social scientists who I'm quoting, like, built into their models. Like, some people were in fact born lucky. If you were born into a country that had, laws and that had
healthcare,
freedoms and healthcare and food and
education.
Or you weren't born into poverty and things like that. Like, yes, there's certain factors that are true. And then beyond that, though, is kind of the luck we're talking about. But one of the reasons we talk about it so much is because a scientist said, we as humans are very uncomfortable with uncertainty. And when people feel less in control of their lives, they like to feel that things are random and not directing our lives. So that's why we've sought for thousands of years these supernatural explanations of luck. Okay. So can you change your own good luck? And what does that mean? Okay.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Okay.
Do tell, because I've been on kind of a bad run. So please.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the difference. When social scientists looked at who thinks they're lucky and born lucky and lucky people and who are not, they said lucky ones maximize chance opportunities and dare to follow their intuition to grasp these moments. So ideally, lucky people have a very broad view of their place in the world. They see more opportunities. They tend to be flexible. And so when those opportunities come in, they make the most of them.
Well, are they more optimistically and more, and they have more self-confidence because of that optimism? And So a little bit like what Liz does, they ignore the bad stuff and just channel.
Just
the
assume
good
it's
stuff.
going to be okay.
Just
You know
channel
what,
the
Liz,
good
you're
stuff.
like the definition. When you said that, I went, whoa, you were like the definition of the clinical definition of a lucky person. Because yes,
Clinically
Julie,
lucky. Okay. All right. I'll
Yes.
take it.
they're relaxed and happy. They have a big worldview. They see these opportunities. But Julie, they're flexible and they know where they're heading, but they change course depending upon how the wind is going. And they tend to be optimists. They're
Mhm.
also very resilient
Yeah,
when
I was
bad
gonna
things
say,
happen.
Right. So even if they hit a bump in the road, they don't see it as bad luck. They're resilient, they're flexible, they can pivot and stay on their merry way. Right.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Because they have a point of view that's like, oh, that could have been worse, rather than that could have been a lot better.
Right.
Okay. So this kind of, affects your future luck, because if you feel better about an event, then maybe you'll have better expectations about future events, and maybe your luck, quote unquote, will change. Right. So even if something didn't work out, you're like, well, that could have been worse. Okay. I'm open to a new opportunity.
Mhm.
So if you want to like start to figure out if you are an optimistic / lucky person, you can keep a luck diary. Okay. No one's ever going to do that, but I don't know why.
Okay. Well, just what is it? Because now that I know I'm clinically lucky, maybe I should do it.
Okay. Liz, here you go. Each night before bed, you spend about 30 seconds writing down a positive thing that happened that day, or a sense of gratitude for friends or family or health, or a negative thing that is no longer happening. Okay.
Wow.
So,
Now,
but you could be Liz, like, hey, I didn't get hit by a car today. Hey, that's lucky. You know,
Yeah. Right.
put that in your
Lucky me.
diary. Yeah. I didn't
Okay.
choke on my food. Hey,
So-
that was pretty lucky. Okay. Sorry, Liam.
So unlucky people, though, have a smaller worldview. So they get really down. They're not necessarily optimists. They don't see the glass as half full. They definitely see it as half empty. They definitely think things could have gotten better. So because their worldview is smaller, they don't encounter more opportunities to make things happen and to change things in their lives.
Well, you can understand that if you have a lot of negative things happening in your life, it's hard to have a large world.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have hope, right? You
Right.
don't think things are getting better. Yeah.
Well,
Right, you're
they say they're kind of stuck in their narrow focus.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
But you can also just be working hard to try to make it day to day, so yeah,
Right.
that does close you off to seeing larger opportunities when you're just struggling with the basics.
yes, I mean, again, but adjusting for all that, like
Okay.
if people who are born into the same circumstances, that's what we're talking about. So lucky versus unlucky.
Okay.
Okay, here's what you want to do if you want to change your luck. It says, don't be a creature of habit. Take a different route when walking. Watch a different TV program. Speak to different people. Even small changes can be effective. And
Really?
then keep your eyes open and be prepared to snatch whatever opportunities might arise.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't seem that hard, does it?
So how are you going to change your behavior, Leanne? Well, you've always, don't you have a money kitty? You believed in that kind of luck, right? Money kitty?
Superstition. I do have a little money kitty. It has not worked lately, but it, could be changing. Yeah. I mean, again, I don't really think of it as chance. I just think of it as plodding along, like doing the things I need to do to take advantages of what might come to me. So I really don't think of it as luck at all. Again, because Mom said you make your own good luck. And according to the study, she was absolutely right. Okay. But one of the sociologists said luck is a very big part of our self-identity, and it isn't very malleable unless you do something quite concrete about it. Like you really have to decide, all right, I'm going to turn this operation around.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
Liz, this is when I laughed out loud when I saw this in the article. This sentence, you need to take the long view. Breaking your leg could be considered a setback now. But if you meet your future spouse in the hospital, it could end up being a very fortuitous one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Okay, well, yeah, I am the control group for that. So yeah, broke my leg, have not met a future spouse yet, but there's a lot more medical care in my future. So I haven't given up yet, still optimistic. But with everyone being so fully masked and gowned in the hospital, it's a terrible place to meet people. But terrible place.
Or maybe it's great.
Maybe, right.
Maybe it opens you up to new opportunities. Maybe you'll get lucky, Liz. Maybe you'll get lucky.
Okay. in the classic sense. Okay. All right. Julie, how do you feel about changing your luck? How do you approach this?
I feel like I have so many blessings. I feel like I'm grateful for all of that. That's the way I feel. But I also feel, because I've moved around a lot and traveled a lot, I'm pretty resilient and pretty flexible, and maybe I did stupid things as a teenager, and I'm very lucky that I'm alive and I'm, everything is, okay. But I sort of operate out of gratitude more than luck, I think. Yeah.
It's interesting. I do think a lot about the whole sliding doors element of it too. That when you say, luckily, some of the stupid things you did when you were a teenager didn't have negative consequences.
Right.
But it could, when you think about,
yeah,
like how many things in your life that just totally could have gone the other way. Or even when I think about how I broke my leg, really tripping over a gas hose. Come on. And like in the sliding door scenario, I would have just made it over my gas hose and everything would have been different.
Yep. And maybe you'd be going to the Beijing Olympics right now. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
But it could be lucky that you're not going to the Beijing Olympics. You have to think about that. Okay.
Yeah. Just not dwelling on what might have been, I think, is another important thing too. So thinking about the sliding doors, but oh well, okay, moving on.
But you have to think about the things that you can control too, and the things that you can't control.
Well, I could have controlled stepping over that.
Yes, you could have.
Yes. Okay, sorry. So now I'm dwelling on negative things. Yeah. I needed a supernatural force to guide me over that, Leah. Yes. I think, right? Isn't that what the research says?
I don't know. The research doesn't say anything about how that specific opportunity, Liz. I think the point is this: our mother was right. You make your own good luck.
Yeah.
We're excited to welcome Jenny Kane to Satellite Sisters. I don't know if you've been to the Jenny Kane website or the Instagram story, but I want to live in Jenny Kane. Is that a place?
No. Yes, Jenny Kane world. Let's live there in our sweaters.
I want to go there. I want to go there. Yes.
It is the definition of California cool. It's just curated, stylish staples that work with everything in your closet. Adding Jenny Kane to your wardrobe will instantly make you the best dressed version of yourself. And I have to say, that's quite a goal for 2022, the best dressed version. I think it's fair to say some of us have been less than the best dressed version of ourselves for the last couple of years, but you are going to want to add some of these beautiful, luxurious, yet comfortable style essentials. Julie, you have enjoyed your sweaters from Jenny Kane.
I got a beautiful alpaca cocoon crew neck, Leanne, in a cream color. It goes with everything, Leanne. Mm-hmm. It looks fabulous with jeans, jeggings, leggings. It looks great with the skirt. But mainly I look great. Okay. The sweater looks good, but it sort of elevates everything I got going on, or don't have going on.
That's a really flattering, universally flattering color, cream.
Yes.
For women of a certain age. So it looks beautiful on you. I mean, when you sent the photo, you look great, even in your own photo.
I know. Thank you, Leanne.
You're welcome.
But I want to wear it every day, Leanne, because it just goes with everything. It's so comfortable. And, I just feel so good in it. It's a great sweater.
Well, you deserve it, Julie. Every piece is effortless. It's the definition of California cool, as I said. And if you can't get enough of Jenny Kane, you can join the Jenny Kane rewards. Oh, I thought it was going to say we could move to Jenny Kane, but no.
Can I stay and live in Texas and still be California cool? I hope so.
Yeah. Join Jenny Kane rewards. Enjoy exclusive perks and benefits like birthday surprises and early access to new launches, plus earn up to 10% back on all purchases. Join today and you'll get 100 points. So if you want to check out Jenny Kane, our new sponsor, we would love you to do that. You can find your forever pieces at jennykane.com. And Jenny Kane is spelled Jenny, Jenni, Kane, Kayne, jennykayne.com, and get 15% off your first order when you use the code SATSisters at checkout. That's jennykayne.com, promo code SATSisters, JENNIKAYNE.com, promo code SATSisters. Thanks, Jenny Kayne. We want to thank ButcherBox for supporting Satellite Sisters. You know, meal prepping can be really difficult, but ButcherBox makes it easy. It's a subscription service that takes the guesswork out of finding high quality meat. ButcherBox sources their meat from partners with the highest standards for quality. No more searching the grocery store for 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, wild-caught seafood, or more, because they are all going to be in your ButcherBox. Now, Liz, you and I love our ButcherBoxes. We are regular customers. We've been customers for a long time. And I have to say, there is nothing like knowing there is a great cut of meat or some delicious seafood in your freezer. Like, dinner is always there. It really does take the guesswork out of meal prep.
Leah, ButcherBox really saved me this past Saturday night. You know, the natural disaster. I had planned to go to the beach with some friends for dinner. But then with the tsunami coming, I thought, okay, no, I'm going to make dinner at home. I open up the freezer. There's some of those delicious ButcherBox chicken thighs. Boom. Next thing you know, I'm making that weekend chicken marbella. It was delish. Thank you, ButcherBox.
You know, I have to say, I love those chicken thighs. I always stock up when they go on special at ButcherBox because they are a big family favorite. A lot of flavor and a delicious cut of meat.
Yes.
But ButcherBox has fantastic meat. If you're looking for steaks, if you're looking for roasts, if you're looking for seafood, if you're looking for chicken legs, chicken wings, and all kinds of extras and specials, even sausages and bacon and things like that. Every month, ButcherBox ships a curated selection of high quality meat right to your home. It's free shipping for the continental US. There's no antibiotics or added hormones. Each box contains from 8 to 14 pounds of meat, depending upon the box you choose. That's enough for 24 individual meals. It's packed fresh and shipped frozen for your convenience, so you can save time at the grocery store and you can customize your own box. So this is it, 2022. Get your meal prep in order. Check out ButcherBox. This is your chance to never have to shop for ground beef again. I am a lucky owner of the free ground beef for life club at ButcherBox.
That's a status symbol.
Thank you. I get 2 pounds of ground beef free in every order. And it is so great to have that tucked away in the freezer, knowing at any time I can whip that up and make some sort of rice and beef casserole or great hamburgers or meatballs. So sign up at butcherbox.com/sisters and get 2 pounds of ground beef free in every order for the life of your membership. Butcherbox.com/sisters, butcherbox.com/sisters to claim this deal. Thanks, ButcherBox.
You know, sisters, one of our favorite events every year is when the New York Times prints their 52 places to go this year. I know we always talk about it. It's just so much fun to read that list, right?
Yeah,
it is indeed.
But normally the list is like where to get the best gelato and, you know, how to learn how to, you know, paddle a canoe, things like that. And this year they did a different kind of list, and it made me think of all of us and some things we can look forward to in our fantasy travel lives when we can hit the road again. So they said our annual list of destinations to visit looks at spots where visitors can be part of the solution to problems like over tourism and climate change. So everything on the list, the 52 places, are all like, hey, go here instead of there, for instance. I never really thought about over tourism as an issue that needs to be solved, but
it's a huge problem, Liz, in places like Machu Picchu, you know, or Siem Reap,
right,
where they just have so many tourists coming that it really endangers the reason people go to these places.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a particularly good list this year. Here's one of the number 52, Julie. Actually, the last one on the list was a spooky place we have been, and that is the Daintree Rainforest in Australia.
Oh yeah.
So when we went to the Great Barrier Reef, another endangered place in the world, on our way there, we stopped at this 180 million year old Daintree Rainforest. It's in northern Queensland. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And it was like cool, scary, with a lot of names, plants that had like cutesy names, but we're going to kill you, right?
Like no-see-ums, remember? No-see-um, remember that one? Like you don't see it, but it's going to like poison you and sting you to death. And our guide kept saying, Leon, like, just don't touch anything. Don't touch it. Keep your hands down. Just stay on the path. Don't go near the edge. Don't go, because everything in this rainforest was poisonous or could kill you.
Yeah. I think that's how it's lasted 180 million years.
Yes.
It's just caring for itself.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, last year, I didn't know. I was really interested to read that. Last year, it was turned over to the Aboriginal people in the region.
Oh, okay.
They were given 400,000 acres of the land, including Daintree. And this is the Eastern Kuku-Jalanji Aboriginal people. And they've lived in the area for more than 50,000 years.
Oh my gosh.
So the idea is these people know how to take care of the Daintree rainforest a lot better than we do, than tourists or tourism industry. So I thought that was super interesting. So almost a reason to go back to Daintree rainforest, Julie, even though it was so deadly. So
even our tour guide didn't really want to get out of the car. He's like, just keep moving. Let's just keep moving along here. Yeah.
Okay. So I picked out a couple of places for you guys, thinking something for you to look forward to. Leon, number 24 on the list is Summerland Peninsula in Australia. And I know you've been to Australia to work, but have you ever been on vacation in Australia?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Here's where you should go. Every evening on the Summerland Peninsula of Phillip Island, a throng of tiny penguins emerges from the surf, waddling up towards the nest that dots Summerland Beach. The Penguin Parade, as it's known, is a site that has garnered attention since at least the 1920s when visitors began flocking there. So, Leon, I know what a penguin fan you are. These are the world's smallest penguins.
Leon, they're
Liz, I am
adorable.
on the New York Times site right now. I am watching the video of these penguins.
The little waddly I've seen them, Leon.
Oh
They're
my
amazing.
gosh.
They're so cute. Yeah, it's just this is it. You should do that.
Yeah. So when you say little, the adults average 13 inches tall.
They're
These are
adorable.
teeny tiny penguins. So anyway, they're also sort of doing a lot of ecological renewal in this area. In 1985, the state government bought a whole bunch of the land and now they're restoring it. So the process was completed in 2010 and the penguin population now sits at around 35,000 birds of breeding age, up from 12,000 in the 80s. So there you go, the world's largest colony of tiny penguins.
Oh, that is adorable. Liz, perfect place. Love it.
That has Leon Dolan's name all over it. Then Julie,
You
are such a world traveler. It's hard to think of a place you've never been. So I didn't. This is a place that you've been, but I don't think to this part of the country. You have been to Jordan, correct?
Yes.
Didn't you go to Petra, which was fascinating?
Absolutely amazing. Yes, I would highly recommend it. I loved it.
Okay. So also in Jordan is the Dana Biosphere Reserve. So this is an Ottoman era village. They were abandoned stone houses. It was abandoned originally by the Atata tribe, and the settlement is now being brought back to life through an ecotourism project to preserve the biodiversity and the local communities. So they have all these little inns where you can stay. And this, I thought, had Julie Dolan's name on it. Along the village's cobbled streets, local women sell handcrafted jewelry and homemade jams produced from fruits grown in their orchard. And then there is a 9-mile hiking trail that spans the reserve and its flora and fauna. The reserve is home to 833 plant species and several endangered bird species. So that seemed like something you would really enjoy.
That sounds delightful, Liz. I'm definitely putting that on my list. I love going to Jordan. It's an incredible country. And also they have unbelievable immigration people working there, because when I went to Jordan, the immigration officer turned to me and said, You are more beautiful than your passport picture. That is what he said to a middle-aged woman. And I loved it.
Totally fell for it.
I did. You are more beautiful than your passport.
Okay, that's
I'm coming back, Jordan. I'm hoping to get that same immigration officer.
That is a well-trained immigration department.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Jordan for Julie, Australia for Leanne. For me, number 4 on the list is Zihuatanejo, Mexico, which is a little laid-back beach town right next to Ixtapa. Now, I've been to Ixtapa mainly for work, so that's one of those beach towns where like huge glass towers of hotels and apartments and things, but they have really preserved this town next door, Zihuatanejo, and it has a lot of grassroots environmental projects that travelers can support, including, of course, now listen to me pronounce this, the Campamento Tortuguero Ayacali, which sounded Italian, but that is Spanish for...
Did Stanley Tucci tell you how to pronounce that list?
Oh, Sergio Enriquez is cringing as he's listening to us butcher this. Our engineer, Sergio.
Okay, well, that's the fancy title for joining Turtle Nest Patrols. So you're protecting the sea turtles, of course. So they're nest patrols and release hatchlings. So Zihuatanejo, that seems like a nice, easy, pretty chill approach to going someplace where you can make a difference. So there you go. There are some just things we can dream about while we're still, during the current unpleasantness, things to look forward to, because that's how we get lucky, sisters.
Oh, Liz, that was really inspiring. And I'm definitely going to start planning my trip. Well, as long as we're talking about international places, I have some international comments this week. I mean, first of all, we talked at the top of the show about the tsunami warning, Liz, but I was certainly humbled by that colossal volcanic eruption. I mean, when you think about what the energy involved in an underwater volcano that was so powerful, it shot rocks up 12 miles into the atmosphere. That was
and Julie, your husband has a PhD in geology, so this probably was a lot of discussion around your house.
Yes, we did. We were
major entertainment.
We were talking about the energy, but I think at this point, we're all always thinking about the people in Tonga, and the full extent of the harm to the people and the property is really not known. We can see photographs that the entire island is covered with ash, but it's some of the first rescue ships from New Zealand are just heading there to find out how people are doing. But it was jaw dropping. That was the largest in 30 years. And it really sent quite a shockwave. So that was amazing. Hey, second, Australia. Now, I mean, last week I pitched to Lee and I said, hey, we should talk about the Novak Djokovic thing. And Lee, and your response was, oh, that's all going to settle down. He's going to play in the tournament. And there really won't be anything to talk about. But apparently that is not what happened, that he got there, world number 1 tennis star, 20 grand slams. He was trying to go for his 21st. He arrived, he had fishy visa papers, and then he was deported. He had a walk of shame in the Melbourne airport. That was quite amazing. I would love to hear from some of our Australian listeners as what they think. Okay. But the best comment that I heard about the whole situation with Novak Djokovic is apparently some British expression or an Australian expression, and they called it a dog's breakfast. Have you ever heard this?
No,
I have heard.
I didn't. Okay, so
it's such a funny expression.
It was a dog's breakfast, and I looked it up, and that means it was something that is messy and poorly done. Okay, and I think that is exactly what happened in Australia. And Novak Djokovic looks like he's getting ready to make another dog's breakfast because the French Open is saying no unvaccinated players. So who knows what is going to happen with that?
It feels like at this point, wouldn't you say he's creating his own bad luck? That's what I would say.
Yes.
There's a very simple solution. to him wanting to play in these Grand Slams. That's what I would say. He can get vaccinated.
So
Does
we're
not have
all-
to be this complicated.
Exactly. That is exactly what Rafa Nadal said as well, Leah. But we're all over this. But I'm glad to have that new expression. So we'll see where it goes. Speaking of travel sites that I'm not going to be able to go to, one is the Gates of Hell in Turkmenistan. Now, my good friend Susie, who I went to North Korea with, she's the one that talked me into going to North Korea. The trip after North Korea that she's really been talking up for the last couple of years is Turkmenistan and the Gates of Hell. And this is a natural gas field. It is a giant crater. It's 230 feet wide, 100 feet deep. It has been on fire for 50 years. Okay. 50 years.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Look it up. Gates of Hell. Okay.
I'm looking it up now. Yeah, it's just a big pit.
It started as some natural gas drilling operation that went terribly wrong in the 60s. It caught fire. But it is now a major tourist site in Turkmenistan. But the president of Turkmenistan, he wants to extinguish the Gates of Hell. Okay. So this is good news, bad news for me. I'm not going to get to go see that. And he feels like it's been an embarrassment that they've had this very, very, very large dumpster fire going on for 50 years. And he'd like to really tap into the natural gas.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
That wasn't on the New York Times list, was it, Liz?
No. And I would just say, from a marketing point of view, naming your number one tourist feature the Gates of Hell, I'm not sure about that. I'm just,
Liz,
but I guess it attracts a certain crowd.
Yes, it does, Liz. Yes, it does. And then can we talk about poor old Switzerland? Okay. They talk about bad luck. Okay. They are, the little town of Gruyere, Switzerland. They make cheese there. But a federal judge in the U.S. sided with U.S. producers, and they said that the cheese name Gruyere, could be produced anywhere in the world. It is not specific to this little Swiss village or to France, and that cheese can be cheese anywhere.
Cheese is cheese around the world.
Cheese
Theory thought.
So I don't know.
So it's like France saying you can't call it champagne unless it's made in Champagne, right?
Right. So
I might side with the Swiss on this.
I'm fully with the Swiss.
well,
Yeah, I'm fully
it's
with the
over.
Swiss.
It's over for the Swiss. They lost, Liam.
Why does a
You're
U.S.
gonna
judge?
You're going to have New Jersey Gruyere cheese from now on. Okay. And you're just going to have to love it. Okay. I'm sure I'd like to hear from some of our cheese producing listeners and states as to what they think about their Gruyere cheese. And then finally, I just always have to mention Russia. And I think last week there was all kinds of talk about a false flag operation. As you know, Putin still has over 100,000 troops amassed on the border with Ukraine, and that there were lots of news reports that he was going to start a false flag operation, have Russian troops actually attack other Russian troops so that he could have an excuse to go into Ukraine. My own thinking on this, because it's not news, it's my comments, is that I believe Putin will do like a double fake. Like everyone wants him to do a false flag operation. So now he's just going to invade Ukraine. Or he may do a triple fake, which is, not invade, but not do a false flag, but at the last minute, do a false flag. My point is, I think he's still going to invade Ukraine, whether it's a false flag operation or just, an invasion.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's not good news, Julie.
That is not good news. That is not good for the Russian people. So anyway, but those are my comments from around the world.
Okay. And impressive breadth of stories. Yes, quite a range.
That's what I like to bring to you. Now I am so excited. Okay. I have some Tuesday trends, 3 big ones that for 2022, all 3 of us have to get into this, or we have to encourage our loved ones and friends to buy into this. Now, the first one is a craze, a new craze going on, and it's the brooch. The brooches are making a comeback. Apparently, Nick Jonas wore a brooch on TV land. Okay.
Okay.
And Bella Hadid. Okay. I don't even know who she is, but apparently she's a big deal. She wore a brooch. So now there's something called big brooch energy going on. Okay. Okay. It started with vintage pins. A lot of youngsters like to wear vintage pins, but it's all kinds of pins. And Liz, I believe that you are the person for some big brooch energy.
Oh, okay.
You know, Madeleine Albright always wore a large brooch or print.
Right.
She came on Satellite Sisters. She talked to us about how she would send messages with the type of pin that she picked, in particular when she was negotiating with the Russians, right?
That's right. She did say that.
Yes. So, and Leanne, I think for your book tour, big Eiffel Tower. Okay. Do you think you can do that on whatever your top is or your dress?
Julie, I'm excited about this because I have quite a few brooches, and I started wearing them over the holidays just because I didn't leave or go anywhere. I thought, well, I'll just slap a brooch on this black sweater. And so I think I started to manifest the word brooch, because now in my Instagram feed, I'm getting brooch ads all day long. In fact, yesterday I almost ordered a brooch, not an Eiffel Tower, Julie. Imagine a big croissant. How about that?
Whoa, Leanne, that blows my mind. Yeah. And did you get big brooch energy when you were wearing your brooches?
Yeah. I mean, people notice brooches, and they're kind of old fashioned, but sort of fun. And I just have quite, Mom gave me quite a few. I have quite a few like seasonal brooches.
So you have those seasonal flags for your house,
yes.
And now you have seasonal brooches.
Right.
I think they're great. I think we should wear them. I think they look fabulous. Okay. Second item is, and we've talked about man purses before, but apparently now man crossbody bags makes total sense to me. Okay. These are, and the Wall Street Journal, it proclaims that these are the new sneakers, Liz, because they're collectible. As you know, having been at Nike, that many people collect sneakers, many men do. That they have sneaker collections. Okay. But now you can have collections of crossbody bags for like different moods, some in wicker, some more of athletic, high designer ones. I think this makes total sense, particularly if you're in an urban environment and you just, want your stuff safe. I think it's great if you have a spouse or a partner that's constantly saying to you, could you put this in your purse for me? Could you put this in, right?
Well, that sounds very personal to you, Julie.
Yes, that is. Yes, it is.
So you'll be getting your husband one for this?
Yes, a body bag, more of an athletic looking one, possibly in a dark color, I think can work, because I am not carrying his stuff anymore. Okay. That's
fair enough.
Okay. Now this third, are you going to get in on this, Leanne? I think your sons can totally rock the crossbody bags, right?
Yeah. Well, they wear messenger bags. So these are almost like smaller messenger bags. So they were on the messenger bag thing really early on. Yeah.
Okay. So these are good. Okay. Third one, Leanne, this is for you. You're going on a book tour for your new book. You have to get into this. Okay. I'm going to say this slowly so that you can just take on the whole concept. Shoe pants. I'm going to say that again. Yeah. Shoe pants. Okay. Think about it. Okay. Shoe pants. Your shoes are attached to your pants. It's like one big thing. You're putting on your pants, your shoes are on. Okay. You're not making any choices, any decisions. It's one big long line, and you got shoes on the bottom, pants on, up top. Okay.
So it's like footy pajamas, but shoes.
Yes, but shoe pants. Okay. What do you think, Leanne?
I'm in, Julie. I'd like to see these successfully worn somewhere. Do you have examples?
Yes. We have a picture that we're going to put up, online. Kanye West has a new girlfriend. They went out to dinner. She wore shoe pants. Okay. Shoe pants.
Okay, then it's a thing. I was going to say, you got to get Bella Hadid.
I didn't make this up. Yeah, maybe Nick Jonas wore them too. You see, it's anyone can wear shoe pants. It just eliminates so many decisions, choices. You have you're all pulled together. hey, let me go get my shoe pants on. I'll be right with you. It is going to save so much time.
Plus, it's super fun to say, right?
No, I'm going to keep saying it.
Okay, those are 3 really good trends this week, Julie.
Okay.
You've been really paying attention. I wanted to do one quick follow-up on something we talked about on last week's show. For our first show of the year, we talked about people who've just decided it's not too late to do something new in their lives. Well, there was a mega example of that over the weekend on Sunday at the marathon and half marathon in Houston. 2 American women set new American records. Keira D'Amato set a new American record in the marathon, and Sara Hall set a new American record in the half marathon. And these are both super interesting stories about super interesting women. So first of all, talk about it's never too late. Keira D'Amato ran in college, but then gave up running after that. She got married. She had a couple kids. She became a full-time realtor, is still a full-time realtor. But she decided to start running again because at one point she had a 2-year-old, a new baby, and her partner, her husband, who's in the National Guard, was away on deployment. So she was going a little crazy. So she thought she'd start running again. And she did. And here we are, like six years later. She just sent a new American record in the marathon. It's just, I'm sure you've seen her on the news. It's just such a heartwarming story.
Yeah, it was amazing to see her interviewed today. She couldn't believe it. She was the last person to believe that this was happening to her. Yes. It was absolute delight. Yeah, just really delighted. And what a time, like 2:15, right, Liz?
Yeah, just amazing. And so, yes, so she was on the Today Show this morning. So I'm putting the link to that in the show notes, because on the Today Show, she even says, I can't believe I'm on the Today Show. I thought it was a prank when you guys called.
Well, that's cute. That's nice.
So anyway, full-time realtor, full-time mom, new American record holder in the marathon. Then in the half marathon, so she's 37, Keira D'Amato. So no spring chicken. Sara Hall, who is a 38-year-old mom, she broke the American record in the half marathon. And she also just has a really interesting life. She, unlike Keira D'Amato, she has been running her whole career, but she also, in 2015, she and her husband adopted 4 daughters from an orphanage in Ethiopia.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
Hannah, Mia, Jasmine, and Lily are her 4 kids. So, and she said she knew when she adopted the kids, and when you're adopting older kids, she knew that the transition back to life in the United States would be hard for them, and that she needed to be ready to give up running, because running is, there's a lot of travel, there's a lot of time out of the house and all of that. So she said, I was willing to stop competing if I needed to when she brought the kids home, but she didn't. She kept at it. And she is now the new American record holder in the half marathon. So Keira and Sara, our hats are off to you. And it's true. It is never too late.
Liz and Julie, I have exciting news. I am turning over a new leaf. I am going to become a model of efficiency when it comes to sending out all of the packages and the mail and the books and the merch that comes with being an author slash podcaster slash small business owner, because I am now a proud member. Is that the right term? I think it is, of stamps.com.
Ooh.
Okay.
That is major, Leanne. That is really major. You're going to love it.
I mean, I've complained for 20 years on this podcast that I am not very good at going to the post office.
And you're not. No, you're not.
I have proven it many times. And I know there are people out in the world waiting for things I said I was going to send them. And you know what? I'm going to send them now, because with stamps.com, you can skip the trip and never waste another dollar or minute. As a small business owner, this is it. I don't have to go to the post office anymore. For more than 20 years, stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses. It gives you access to the post office and UPS shipping services right from your home computer. And you get discounts you don't find anywhere else, like up to 40% off USPS rates and 76% off UPS rates. That is unbelievable. Here's all you need. First of all, you need the will to mail things. Okay. I have that. I have the will.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have the need. You have the need. Uh-huh.
Okay. But besides that, computer and a standard printer, no special supplies or equipment, and you're up and running in minutes. That was the case. I got my equipment last week. I am fired up. I am ready to mail. I am printing official postage for any letter, any package, anywhere you want to send. So this is it. This is the year of mailing for me. Thank you,
Julie. I'll be
Stamps.com.
curious to see what we start receiving from Liam. This is
I know.
exciting.
There's going to be such a backlog of things that have been waiting for.
Ship it, sister.
Some checks in there you're going to be sending along, I hope.
I think I have a birthday present from like 1992 for you. I got it. You're getting it now.
Sounds good.
Sign up with the promo code SISTERS for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page. That's fun. We don't have any other people that need to do that. Click the microphone and enter code SISTERS. That's stamps.com, click the microphone and enter the code SISTERS. Oh, it's that time of year when we get the Valentine's Day copy from MeUndies. And it's always so exciting, isn't it?
It is. Yes. Valentine's Day undies. That's the best. This is the best.
I think
And
everyone needs these Valentine's Day undies. I mean, it's 2022. I mean, we all need underpants with hearts on them. We do.
Well, I think MeUndies really understands relationships because they write relationships are not perfect. That's why MeUndies is celebrating our imperfectly perfect matches with their new Valentine's Day collection. You know, I mean, you're not the same as your partner, are you? You're not this, even if your partner is your dog, you're not
My
the same.
partner
as
is a
your
dog. I was just going to say that. Totally not the same, but you know, we understand each other.
But maybe one way to show your bond is matching undies. Have you considered that, people? Julie? Trem, are you matching undies types? This is going to be the year. Okay, if you are thinking about gifting underwear for Valentine's Day, it's groundbreaking. Oh, okay, just take it. You've done it. That's the best gift ever. But gifting matching underwear for you and your significant other. Now we're talking. Express your one-of-a-kind relationship when you match your bottom half for your better half in fun limited edition prints. Get it? Okay. If you're single, mingle in matching pairs with your friends or your fam. Okay. You can even get dog hoodies or buddy bands to match your 4-legged BFF. So this is it. You want to check out all of MeUndies' super cute and super soft undies, socks, bralettes, loungewear, and more, available in sizes extra small to 4XL. I went today and checked it out. I'm going to do it. You know, I've been saying that how much my husband loves his MeUndies subscription.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, that'll be cute if I get a little matching nightgown and he has his little MeUndies. Oh, that'll be cute. Only I love it. I don't care. It's for me, really. The gift for him. If you want to look cute on Valentine's Day with your bestie, go for it. MeUndies has a great offer for Satellite Sisters listeners. For a limited time only, get 25% off your first order of matching pairs for Valentine's Day. And as a first-time purchaser, you can also get 15% off and free shipping right to your door. So that's a lot happening. You get 25% off matching pairs, 15% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So go to MeUndies.com/sisters. That's MeUndies.com/sisters. All right. Exciting news here. Cooking with Liz cannot be stopped. Liz, I mean, I already gave you the Employee of the Month award. What more do you want? I mean, you're really trying to show us up, Ms. Content Factory.
No, here's the thing. We decided we wanted to clean up our presentation on YouTube, right? So there's a brand new Satellite Sisters YouTube channel. And as part of that, we uploaded a lot of the videos that we already have, most of which, unfortunately for you, is Cooking with Liz. But we're going to be adding more Satellite Sisters videos and other things to that site. But then I noticed, like, you can do live YouTube, right? Like we do Cooking with Liz is live in the Facebook group. So what I decided to do as a test is learn how to do Cooking with Liz live on YouTube instead of in the Facebook group, so more people could participate. Julie and Leah, and like some people love being in the Facebook group, other people just aren't, or they don't want to be, whatever it is, right?
Right.
So they can check you out on the YouTube channel.
Yes. So coming up on, what date did I decide? The 3rd of February. I'm announcing a 3-part mini season that is a salute to the fact that it's Betty Crocker's 100th birthday. And over the holidays,
all started with the plastic spoon. Okay.
Started with the plastic. See, anything can happen, Julie. You just have to be optimistic.
I know. You're so lucky, Liz. Yeah.
That plastic spoon, which was a gift from Leanne, who's been to the Betty Crocker kitchens, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Over the holidays, I got a celebrity influencer box from the fine folks at Betty Crocker, because they're celebrating her 100th birthday. And so they wanted celebrity influencers like myself to get in on the Betty Crocker birthday action. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do 3 little mini episodes, testing it for the first time ever on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. And the first episode is just going to be me talking to, the people. You can participate and comment about what 2 things I should make as part of the Betty Crocker 100th birthday salute. I want 1 savory dish and 1 sweet dish. So in this 3-episode season, the first episode on February 3rd at 5 p.m. Pacific time will be us discussing what should I make. Then the second episode, date TBD, will be one of those dishes. And the third episode, date also TBD, will be the second dish. And those dates are TBD because we don't really even know if the first one is going to work.
It sounded so official when you said TBD, Liz. Yes.
But it's all about learning some new skills around here, right? We told you last year we're on a bunch of new platforms and we're learning to do new things. So this is my thing. So Satellite Sisters YouTube channel, the link is in the show notes. You can check it out, and there is more to come there, including a little bit of live Cooking with Liz, because why not?
Okay, could you come up with a good name for this series too?
Oh,
like Liz Cooks Betty or something like that. Okay,
all right.
I'm charging you to do that. So we
they have
graphics.
They have a hashtag. It was. I'll have to go look that. I'm not a very good celebrity influencer if I don't remember. Oh wait, here's the plate they sent me. The hashtag is on the plate. It says, "Call me Betty Crocker," and the plate actually says, "Maker's gonna make." No, Maker's gonna bake. Maker's gonna bake. There you go. Anyway, obviously I'll workshop.
It's nice and smooth, Liz. I'm sure.
I'll workshop the name a little bit, but
you'll get it.
By February 3rd, I'll get it. Thank you, Leah.
Okay. Hey, sisters, we are giving a Satellite Sister $5 shout out to one of our listeners, Fiona Nicholson, who posted in our Satellite Sister Facebook group last week. I had recommended the British TV series, crime detective series called Shetland. And Fiona lives on Shetland. She actually lives there. Could you believe? No. Fiona, we were so happy that you contacted us. And here's the best thing. Her husband posts cool photos of his life as a Shetland sheep farmer. And we're going to put his address in the show notes. Okay. And Fiona has invited the Dolans to come visit. Okay. What do you think, sisters?
I mean, we're going. I mean,
should have added that to our travel roundup. Shetland didn't make the list of 52. So number 53, Shetland.
Okay. I mean, my husband loves this series so much. He wants to move there. Okay. And I think everyone who listens to the show will enjoy these Instagram posts about Shetland sheep farming, because they're just beautiful to look at. And it sort of takes you someplace and transports you, and you can look into sheep's eyes. I mean, I just have been enjoying it. Beautiful scenery, the sea, the coast. It's all great. So
and he's got a ton of sheep.
I know he's a sheep farmer, Leanne.
They're not fooling around with the sheep.
That's a good comment, Leanne. I'm sure he's going to be happy that you said that.
And the dog, I mean, he's got quite a few critters happening, but he has a sheep dog, and then he has their cows. I thought I spotted some goats on that Instagram feed. I mean, it was very satisfying.
Yes. So anyway, $5 shout out to Fiona. We're so glad that you contacted us, you posted, and we hope that all of the Satellite Sisterhood will enjoy these wonderful pictures.
Yeah. The Instagram is at Obrecken.
Yes.
OBRECKON at Obrecken.
Okay. Well, we'll make plans. Fiona will be in touch about the Dolan family reunion that is going to be coming. Okay. I have a half review of half of a movie I saw for this week's Entertaining Sisters. I watched The Tender Bar. Have you heard about this movie, Sisters? This stars Ben Affleck. It's directed by George Clooney. It has, Chris Lloyd is in this movie. And this movie is, think Good Will Hunting meets the Gilmore Girls. Okay. So, I mean, it is. Yes, that's what
I only say that because I read the book, which I loved. So that is not how I would describe the book.
Okay.
So
I was very cranky about this movie because they have Ben Affleck. He is working as a lower middle class bartender. Okay, that must be a real stretch role for him. It's set in Long Island, but it could have been Boston. Okay, because of his accent and the way he does it. And he takes care of. He's in charge of raising his nephew. Okay, the child actor Daniel Ranieri is wonderful in it. So that is a little bit charming. So the first half of the movie was a little bit charming, but then the child actor becomes old enough that he goes to college, and of course he can get into Yale. Okay, this is where the Gilmore Girls part. So.
Oh, okay.
Then he dates a girl from Westport, Connecticut. Okay, so they have the whole Yale, Connecticut, and then he deals with class and privilege. Blah, 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 blah. So the reason I'm not enthusiastic.
blah, blah, blah. That's going to be a good blurb. Julie Dolan of Satellite Sisters said, Tender Bar, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, But I just don't think this movie covered any new grounds. I mean, it's like, I've already seen this movie. It was like two movies, like Good Will Hunting and Gilmore Girls, and they fused them together. Okay. So that's my review. The Tender Bar. Okay. It's on Netflix. Watch the first half. Okay. If you want.
And it was, Leanne, the book is a memoir, right? It's a true story, correct?
It's a true story. Yeah. And the book is great. I mean, I love the book. So I'm not surprised it became a movie. And that's all I'm going to say, because I'm not a big fan of Ben Affleck's acting. So, but I was sort of curious to see it because I did love the book. So after that, blah, 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 I don't know. Maybe I'll tune in.
Julie Dolan says, a little bit charming.
All right. Well, Julie, you've been watching movies. I have been reading, for some reason, a ton of historical fiction. I just got on a roll, sort of inspired by some TV watching I was doing and some upcoming TV watching. So I have been reading or listening to like 6 or 7 historical fiction titles, 5 of which I'm going to recommend. Some I'm not. But so I'm going to put all the recommendations in Pep Talk this week. I don't need to go through them here. But if you subscribe to our newsletter, you will get them. The Gilded Age. Have you seen the previews for that on HBO?
Yes, that looks good.
Okay. So I read 2 really wonderful novels about the Gilded Age. So that will really complete your viewing of the Gilded Age, I think. And Carol Wallace is the author of Our Kind of People. She's going to be on the show in a couple weeks. So if you want to get gilded for the Gilded Age, you want to get ready for that show, you can read these 2 novels, Magnolia Palace and Our Kind of People. I did that rewatch of Downton Abbey. And so that led me right to The Last Dance of the Debutante by Julia Kelly, which was set in like the mid 50s in England. Fantastic audiobook. And then I've been really on an Agatha Christie tear here, reading some Agatha Christie mysteries and discussing them with Colin. So I'm reading a fictionalized version of the time Agatha Christie went missing for 11 days. Have you ever heard this story? Like,
No.
Agatha Christie legit disappeared for 11 days. Like, the entire country was looking for her, and she never told anybody where she went or what she did. And it was after her husband revealed that he'd been having an affair and he was leaving her. So this is a fictionalized version of what those 11 days might carried on. So
that's
all
a
the
provocative premise. I like
fantastic premise, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm listening to that on audiobook. It's really good. So I'm going to put all those details and everything in this week's pep talk.
Okay.
Thank you, Lian.
All right. For entertaining sisters in my world, with my next door neighbor, Deborah, who many of you have met on Cooking with Liz, we are signing up for the Sundance Film Festival online. Sadly, they had to cancel it again. They were going to do it in person and now they can't. So the whole thing is back online, but that creates a big opportunity for all of us because you can basically go online. I'll put a link in the show notes. Look at everything they've got in the festival lineup. So many unusual things that you'll probably never see in a movie theater near you. And you can watch them online. And a lot of them do include panels with the cast or Q&A with the director or the kinds of extra things you get at an actual film festival. They're doing all of that. They're just doing it online. So Deborah and I decided we were going to pick out about half a dozen films. The Sundance Film Festival runs from January 20th to January 30th, so it starts soon. We're going to pick out half a dozen, stretch it out over the 10 days, and just enjoy them together. We are also using a filter, I would say, that basically says no dystopia. Because
that's wise, Liz.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
wise.
I think so, Julie. At a lot of indie film festivals, there's a lot of dystopia that goes around. So no, we're looking for like either fun, uplifting things or educational topics that we are very curious about. So I'll just give you a teaser on one film we picked just because it really sounds fun. So the name of the film is Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. It stars Emma Thompson. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's good. That's a plus.
So here's the log line. Nancy is a retired school teacher and is pretty sure she has never had good sex. She is determined to finally do something about that. Come on.
All right. That sounds fun.
She's making her own good luck, Liz.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
It's written by comedian Katie Brand, and they describe it as the perfect balance between unapologetic humor and an earnest study of the art of self-acceptance. Oh, we are so in. Good luck to you, Leo Grande with Emma Thompson. Anyway, we're going to pick a few more, but link in the show notes. If you want to do it, you pay for it, but it's good to support independent film. And so that's what I'm doing.
Now that's a fun opportunity. Maybe I'll have Colin do that. He's so into film.
Oh, Colin would love it.
Yeah, he would. Okay. All right. I'm going to go to the link in the show notes, Liz. Thank you. All right.
That's why it's there.
That's our show today. We would like to thank Sergio Enriquez for his support of Satellite Sisters. What I meant to say was we would like to thank him for editing Satellite Sisters, but he also supports us. Thank you, Sergio.
Supports us in many ways.
Yes. Emily Loudermilk is our graphic designer. If you want to see Emily's fun designs, you should check out our Instagram account at Sat Sisters. We have a website. All the podcasts are there. That's at satellitesisters.com. We have the Facebook group. We would love for you to join us. You have to answer a couple of questions. We just want to make sure that the group is filled with people who listen to the show, sort of understand the aesthetic of Satellite Sisters. So just search for the Satellite Sisters group on Facebook. And then, of course, our newsletter, Pep Talk. When you go to satellitesisters.com, a pop-up sheet will be there and you can just fill in your email and you'll get a little pep talk in your inbox every Friday. And you can see Emily's work there too. All right, sisters, time for our to-do list. Julie, what do you got?
Well, I plan to use the expression, it's a dog's breakfast as much as possible. Okay. I want to spread it around. I want it to trend here in the US. Oh, it's a dog's breakfast.
Okay, Julie, I'm giving you credit for my to-do list because it's a to-done list. Do you remember 2021? Do you remember that year?
No, I don't.
Okay. So, but you said we were supposed to change our cutting boards like every 6 months or something
yes, I
like
did.
that, right?
Yes.
So
yeah.
I just got all new cutting boards. Thanks to you, Julie. You know, I don't usually follow your advice, but this time I did.
Never. Okay. Well, I'm proud of you, Leanne. That's why I'm here, the big sister, to tell you what
new
to do.
bamboo ones, and I got the new silicone ones. I got a full set of each. Thank you, Martha Stewart at Macy's. So there you go. Liz, what do you got?
Well, you know, sisters, I had natural disasters on my mind because of the tsunami, or the tsunami alert, I should say, because there was no tsunami, just to be clear. And so I'm finally going to do something I've been staring at for years now and doing nothing about. We have earthquakes here in California. So I did go to the trouble of getting that earthquake putty that you're supposed to use to like keep your pictures on the wall in case the earthquake comes so they don't fall off and hit you on the head, or keep smaller pieces from falling over and cracking. So everything in my apartment is puttied. The problem is the putty is dripping below the actual frames. Like it's like it's melting or something. And Julie, I know you're laughing, but I'm sure you've seen it because this has been true for the entire pandemic. I've been staring at this melted putty thinking I should do something about that. I mean, how hard can it be? I need to like get a razor blade and like just clean it up. And for whatever reason, it drives me crazy, but I have done nothing to fix it. Something that is super easy to fix. I just stare at it and it makes me mad. So I'm getting on the earthquake putty. I know it sounds like a small thing, but I think it's really going to change my life.
I think it is too. We
just
all have earthquake putty or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. It's just some negative energy I don't need. So I'm going to do something about it.
And get yourself a big brooch energy.
I can't believe you just admitted that on a national podcast.
That I've been staring at earthquake putty for several years?
Yes.
Well, first of all, let me just say, I can't believe the two of you have been in my home many times and never commented to me.
No, I would never do that. Come on, Liz.
Nobody has ever mentioned my dripping earthquake putty. Never. So thank you for that. But yeah, no.
All right. Well, you'll be busy this week then, Liz.
Okay. It sounds like it's a real dog's breakfast over there, Liz.
Oh, there's one. Ding, ding, ding. Good work, Joel.
All right. We're the Satellite Sisters. Julie, Liz, have a great week.
You too, Leanne.
And don't forget, call your satellite sister.